alone. He never intended us to live in isolation. He never intended for those things to happen. God is a God of community and communication. And He loves us so, so very much. And I know that sometimes we can feel isolated. Even through COVID, we're kind of isolated. We were kind of in our homes for a long time. We didn't have social interaction with one another. You weren't able to go to school for a period of time. And God didn't design us to just be isolated that way. He actually designed us to be social creatures, to enjoy being with one another and to communicate with one another and to be social. And so that's why the Bible talks about coming together. Even as the body of believers, Christians, don't forsake coming together. It's good that you come together and meet together and talk about God and be encouraged and all of those different things. So it's good that we are in person right now in the school. And I would hate to think that even while we're here at school, some of you still feel alone. Some of you are still feeling like God isn't with me. I want you to know that God is with you. God says, I will never leave you or forsake you. So even if you feel alone, or you feel like you don't have any friends, or you feel isolated, God has not forgotten you. And He is always there. God is always there, and He's always with you. And so you don't ever have to feel that. In fact, Jesus said when He was leaving the earth, He says, don't worry, I will always be with you. So just reach out to me. So while we're thinking about ways that we can socialize and be together and not be isolated, part of it is just being a good friend. Now that we're here and able to come together and talk together and be at recess together, I'm encouraging you and challenging you to interact in a way that's so positive. It's fortunate that you're able to actually come together and see your friends and meet together, but it's not a good thing if you're still feeling isolated and we're not making good friends and we're not being a good friend. So my challenge is, first of all, know that you are not alone because God is with you, and always to pray and reach out and know that God promises He will always be with you. And then secondly, how do we become a good friend? And how do we see people who might feel alone, and how do we reach out to them? And how do we go about